Okay, hello everyone. Thank you for coming to a new episode of the Marvel Cuphead Show. Thank you, everyone. And this is Star Wars Bounty Hunter Cad Bane Nightmare Part 2. So this is Part 2. The first one was with the two heads. This is what the real version is supposed to look like. So it's the final part. So here we go. I wanted to show you guys this cool drawing of Bounty Hunter Part 2. Okay, let's get started. Start coloring this cool picture. Hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Here we go. Everybody, thank you for coming. Now we're getting started to color this cool picture. How's everybody's Sunday going? My Sunday's going good, just relaxing, and just want to do this quick drawing just to show you guys. Want to hang out with the fans. This is like his lightsaber throwing knife, and it's red because he's Bounty Hunter Bane, so he's gonna throw his red lightsaber knife. That's what he's holding right now. So he's gonna throw that. This is the villain from the Book of Boba Fett. He's gonna throw this. It's like a red lightsaber, kind of, but it's like a knife version where he'll throw it at Boba Fett. So it's gonna be pretty cool to see. And then after this drawing's done, we'll start moving on to some other cool stuff like the Master Chief one, the Dead Rising villain. We'll finally get to that cool stuff. And the thing I like about this villain, Bounty Hunter Bane, he has his cowboy hat, and it's so cool. Like he never misses a shot, and he's good at throwing knives and shooting. Like it's pretty cool. And he's from the Clone Wars, Star Wars: The Clone Wars cartoon and the Bad Batch. But it's exciting to see him in a live action TV show for the first time. So that was exciting. And I'm using a light blue because he's actually blue in the TV show. And there's a sharp teeth. And if you're wondering what he's holding, that's a lightsaber knife that he's holding to try to stop the Mandalorian. He's gonna throw it at the Mandalorian. It's his evil weapon. He's also good with guns too, but in the show you always see him with a gun, so I want to make it look cooler if he had a throwing knife that looked like. Now let's color his other hand. There we go. Now we get ready to color his armor. He has black shoes. It's pretty exciting. This is what he actually looks like in the TV show. If you watch Book of Boba Fett episode 6, this is what he actually looks like. He's got the tube things, so he can breathe okay. And his boots are black. But just imagine that if he was throwing knives, this character would be amazing. It would be amazing if he was doing that. What's happening now? Just coloring his boots black. Because in part 1 he had 2 heads, and that was, but now part 2, the final chapter, it's gonna be the real version this time. Make it more epic. There's his boots. And we have to color his pants gray because he has gray pants. And then the rest of his armor is pretty much brown. He has a brown coat. Still have to color his hat and his face though. I just found it cool if he had a throwing knife, so that's why I added that in this picture. But I don't know if he'll ever do that in the show. Oh, hello. Thank you for coming. This is Bounty Hunter Bane from the Clone Wars and the Bad Batch and Book of Boba Fett. I know he never misses a shot, but just imagine that if he had a lightsaber knife and he was throwing it and never missing, that'd be pretty cool. Or you could use it to rock climb. You can use the little lightsaber knives to do rock climbing. That'd be pretty. On that snow planet. Climb up the snow. Gray pants. Now let's color his armor. His armor is brown, so here we go. Let's start coloring this cool thing. brown armor for Bounty Hunter Bane. Here we go. And it's like a Funko Pop kind of style too, so it's exciting. Then we'll use some gray so it looks like he has some metal parts on his armor. So it has some shade a little bit. Oh, everybody, thank you for coming in and checking out this cool drawing. Bounty Hunter Bane. I want to see what he's gonna do in the Book of Boba Fett episode 7, the season finale. I want to see what he's gonna. It's gonna be a big epic battle against him, probably. And we should use like a light brown too, so it looks like some sand got on. There's this hat that he always wears in the show. There's this cowboy hat right there. We're going to be coloring that brown and gray because that's what it looks like in the TV show. We'll save that for last, the hat. Oh, hello, Ghost Nick. There's a Valentine's Day special drawing coming soon, so stay tuned for that cool one. And this is Bounty Hunter Bane from Star Wars. If you saw part 1, Ghost Nick, this is, that was the one when he had 2 heads, but this is the real version now from the TV show. Those are his oxygen tubes, so that's how he can breathe, okay? The reason I'm coloring it dark brown and light brown is so it looks like there's like sand on the armor. Just for detail. Sand and armor, so it looks cool. And this is a bad guy from Star Wars: The Clone Wars ghost neck. If you watch that show, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, this is a cool bad guy from that show, and you might know him from the Boba Fett live action show. So it's very exciting. And he's holding a knife. That's a throwing knife that he's gonna throw. But in Star Wars: The Clone Wars was his first appearance. That's where you saw him for the first time in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and maybe the comic books too. So it was very exciting to see Bounty Hunter Bane in the Bad Batch, Clone Wars, comic books, and the live action universe. It was very exciting. And also awesome Snow White drawing. I really liked your Snow White drawing because that's a classic Disney movie. That movie's a classic. So good job on that. Shout out to Ghost Neck. You can drop your link if you want. So people can come and check out your cool art. Oh yeah, he's mad a little bit. He's mad. If you look him up on the internet, this is what he looks like in the TV show a little bit. There's his hat up there that he's wearing. That's what he looks like in the TV show. Okay, now let's color his armor. Arcade Pop. So you go to Google, type in Bounty Hunter Bane from Star Wars, and you'll see what the real version looks like. But this is like my version of what he would look like. Part 2, the final chapter. I tried to make it look close enough to like the real version, but I still think the TV show version looks way more awesome. But I'm glad you guys are enjoying this final part of part 2 of this drawing. Part 2, the final part. And if you check part 1, it was a two-headed version of this character. It was a two-headed monster of this character, but this is the real version now I'm doing. Those are his oxygen. Those are like his oxygen tubes that come out of his face. So it's pretty cool. I'll be coloring those right now gray, because it's always gray, his oxygen tubes. The one thing we never seen in Star Wars is a throwing knife. Bad guys throw lightsaber knife. It's like a lights. So that's what he's holding right now, a lightsaber knife. It's like a lightsaber axe knife. It's like red and gray. Just the handle's gray, and then he's gonna throw it. I think we should see that in a Star Wars movie or show. Throwing knife, lightsaber knives. That'd be pretty cool. I think they should make more Funko Pops of this character, Bounty Hunter Bane, different designs and different versions of him. So like this can be one version of so to make it more exciting. So now we're coloring the second tube. Let me know if you like this villain in Star Wars. He's a bounty hunter. I think this is gonna be one of the greatest. I think it's gonna be one of the coolest fight scenes when you have Boba Fett and the Mandalorian fighting Bounty Hunter Bane. It's gonna be so cool. They'll be like battling him, I think he's gonna be so powerful they won't defeat him. He'll probably get away for other episodes. They might save him for the movies and stuff because he's such a cool villain. So they want to put him in movies and stuff like that. So they probably keep him alive for a while. There we go. That's his oxygen tank. Arcade Pop. Thank you for coming. Oh, that Uncharted movie that's coming. Tom Holland's gonna be playing the main character that Arcade Pop was playing as in the Uncharted game. That's who Tom Holland's gonna be playing, and then Mark Wahlberg's gonna be will probably be the dad, maybe. I don't. And then I'm not sure who's playing the girl. I'm not sure yet. There we go. Those are the oxygen tubes. Now let's color his face now. And the reason he has an angry face is because he's mad. The Mandalorian and Boba Fett escaped him. And I'm so excited to find out what Baby Yoda's gonna pick. Is he gonna pick the lightsaber or the Mandalorian armor? I want to see. We have to wait until Wednesday to find out, but I'm thinking he might pick the Mandalorian armor because that'd be pretty cool if there's a Baby Yoda that ends up becoming a Mandalorian. That could be pretty awesome. And he also has spiky teeth. If you actually watch episode 6 of the Book of Boba Fett, you'll see his spiky teeth like that. Now let's color his face. His face is like a light blue color like this. That's why I'm using. He has a cowboy hat right up there on his head. And his nose is blue. Cause when I watched the show, I saw his nose blue. I know he has yellow eyes sometimes, but we're gonna go with the classic version with the red eyes because it's the Book of Boba Fett version on Disney Plus, so we'll go with that version with the red eyes. Oh. in part 1 of this character, when I did part 1, it was very exciting too when I did part 1 because he had 2 heads and it was like it wasn't the real version of Bounty Hunter Bane. It was like, what if Bounty Hunter Bane had 2 heads and he was like a monster, a big robot monster? That was pretty cool. Blue skin, cool. No, because that's what he looks like, Ghost Nick. He has blue skin in the cartoon. If you go to Google later, you can look it up and see what the real version looks like. But it's a little bit, it's close enough. It's pretty close. That'd be cool if they made a Funko Pop. Yo, left. Oh, hello. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are enjoying this cool picture. Get ready to color his hat in a few minutes. His hat's like a cowboy hat from that movie Tombstone, so it's gonna be like a brown and gray hat. So it's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah. Let's color the hat now up here. So you guys can see me coloring the hat. We'll use gray, because this part's gray right now. And the reason the second drawing won't come out until later is because after this drawing's done, it'll be a dinner break after this drawing. And then I'll do another drawing after dinner, a second one. And it's a surprise. Because this is the final part. If you wanted to, part 1 was pretty cool. Because it was like a 2-headed version. Part 1. It was like, what if Bounty Hunter Bane had 2 heads and he was a big robot monster? Just imagine that. That was pretty cool. It came out pretty awesome too. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that one. But now, and I'm kind of glad you guys are enjoying this one too. We'll use a light brown on the hat so it looks like. So it looks like when he was in the desert. Oh, we got Lefty 2 Guns here. How's it going, Lefty 2 Guns? It's good I wrote the word hunter in green, so the brown doesn't cover the word. There we go. What is hat? I didn't want to draw the hat too big where we'd be covering his eyes. I didn't want to do that. But there is a version of that. Okay, now let's finish coloring the rest of kind of like an Indiana Jones hat. See, it's like Kung Lao. It's kind of like a Kung Lao hat, Indiana Jones. There's Lefty Two Guns. Oh, the Lefty Two Guns is still in the works right now. We're still working on a cool drawing of Lefty Two Guns, still coming soon. There's a lot of cool drawings. I still have to get to the Master Chief one still. And February 14th, everyone's so excited for that drawing because that's my Valentine's Day special. And it's my first time doing a Valentine's Day special drawing. So everyone's super excited for that one. So stay tuned for that. And it won't disappoint anybody. It's going to be pretty cool. It's not going to be as cool as this one, but a lot of people are excited for it. Two guns. I'm going to be coloring the eyes in a sec. There we go. There we go. Now let's get ready to color his eyes. Want his eyes to look like the TV show version, so that's why I'm just going to color it all red. This. Dark red. Go. That's a dark red eyes to make it look like he's more evil, because that's what he... And there we go. Now let me show you guys what it looks like when it all finished being colored. And that's him. And you can check out part 1 too. So part 1 was a two-headed version of him, and then part 2 is the real version. So this is called Star Wars Bounty Hunter Cad Bane. So Bounty Hunter Bane Nightmare Part 2. This is part 2 video. And he's holding, if you're wondering what he's holding, it's a lightsaber axe. It's like a red lightsaber axe, but it's like a knife. So he'll throw it and then just to be cool. So like just to make it look cool. So thank you everybody for coming. Thank you Ghost Nick. Thank you Arcade Pop. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you Lefty Two Guns, and also thank you to all the other people that came in and were watching that didn't feel like typing anything in the chat. Thank you to all those people too for coming and watching. And right after dinner there'll be another drawing, so stay tuned for that tonight. And thank you everybody for coming and enjoying part 1 and part 2 of this awesome character called Bounty Hunter Bane. So Marvel Cuphead signing off. Goodbye everybody, and have a good Sunday.